right now. Hello, hello, hello. It is Thursday, December 1st, 2022. My name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna. I'm here 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week. Yes, 7 days at 11:11 a.m., 7 nights at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time. So no matter where you are, it's always 11:11 somewhere. It really is. I really believe that. I mean, I kind of live it, so I do. I'm changing the audience. I've just gone public. I've been in Zoom land for about 3 hours because I did some meetings tonight and work with people, and it was really fun to be in a different type of conversation, not on 11:11, but I sold 4 CDs. CDs? What? You still have CDs, Jenna? Yes. I don't even own a CD player. Go buy one. Wait. We've changed color here. Hold on. There we go. Back. Wait. Still green. Anyway, yeah, Yule Tunes. If you haven't purchased one yet, it's easy to do. Just call me. Yeah, sometimes I have to change the coloring, and that's what happens. So who's here? What's going on? Patty Loman and Mary. Hey, thank you. Fred Story. Now, why would Fred Story be here? Makes me wonder. Oh, probably because, ladies and gentlemen, Jon Kinsting is my guest tonight. Come on, Jon. Bum, bum, bum. What up? Thank you, Patty. Now let's talk about this blue Christmas tree you got going on back there.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, my wife decorated, and she's been going nuts for like the last week.
That's fun. Is this white thing? What is this?
Oh, that is, let me see if I can get it any closer. Yes, no.
Drum head. Okay.
It's actually, a little drawing I did. This is kind of our group's logo.
The sand rabbits.
Sand rabbits.
Woo!
And maybe it's no coincidence that Fred Story is on the line.
Yeah, I kind of think that. Well, maybe.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, Fred. So,
like my brother.
Tell people what a sand rabbit truly is.
Okay, there are many levels, but on the surface of it, the Sand Rabbits are a band. We are a trio. We've been together now for like a year and a half.
Cool.
Kind of evolved from just a bunch of guys practicing to, these 3 people seem to work together really well. And so,
how did it start?
It started over. We have the guitarist and songwriter is Larry Zink. And this started like maybe 2 or 3 years ago at his house, invited people over, let's just kind of jam, practice. And then strangely, it's kind of evolved into the 3 of us and the Sand Rabbits. And so that's kind of one level of the meaning of the Sand Rabbits. Now, let me ask you, Jenna, are you familiar with the term Sand Rabbits from the St. Joe vocabulary? You are.
Right down the hill.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm proud to say I did name the band. And the Sand Rabbits, when I was a little kid, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, St. Joe had a kind of a different demographic. And right now, you go down to the beach and you pass these multi-million-dollar homes, okay? When I was a little kid, grade school, junior high, how do I put this? This is where the poor people live.
Where the poor people live, right on the beach.
Yes, exactly.
Down by Damascus and such.
And they were referred to as sand rabbits. And so,
They lived right on the beach in these beautiful homes, the little houses. There's still like there's like three of those left, I think.
yeah,
Four, three, four.
and I had some friends that lived there, and I remember going there in the winter time, and they'd have screen porches that were just filled with sand, um, and voila, decades forward, and now that's where all the rich people live. And I don't live down there. There's a couple houses I'd love to live in, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the band name is sort of a tribute to those people.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Was it an idea? Was it a name that you always wanted to name a band? Like one day I'm gonna have a band called the Sand Rabbits.
No, Fred and I were just tossing names back and forth, and Sand Rabbits just kind of appeared. It just came out of the heavens. It was a
Well, and you know what's cool is today is December 1st. So always on the first of every month, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. And it just so happened that you're here tonight. How cool is that? I just thought of that.
I didn't know what you were referring to when you said
Rabbit, rabbit. Supposedly, and I've been done it for as long as I see 1111 most of my life. When you say rabbit, rabbit, rabbit on the first of the month, it brings good luck. Some people say money, 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 but I say rabbit, rabbit, rabbit.
Oh, so it's your innovation?
No, I learned it from someone years ago. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit.
Oh,
So today I put a rabbit on, and of course, it was not a regular. And everybody's like, "That's not a rabbit. That's a hare." I'm like, "You're so smart. You guys are all so smart." But it got them to look.
it was a relative, that the beautiful hair.
Rich Schwarndrone is here. Schwarndon?
You did better with Kinsting.
Wait, Schwardrone. Schwadron?
So close. Schwadron.
Schwadron?
Schwadron.
Schwadron. Well, that's what it says, but I was trying to add a little flair.
Oh, yeah.
Squadron.
Yes. So
Hi, Rich. Schwadron. Where's Rich?
Rich is he is from Bridgman, and he's a bass player that I had played with for many years. And he plays in this group called, I don't know if you've heard of them, Pastime. Yeah. So
when I'm here, I kind of much hide out,
yeah,
and unfortunately don't. You see me, I kind of
hiding in the corner. Yeah.
But you guys are playing this. The Sand Rabbits are playing this weekend, yes?
Yes, we are. We are playing on Saturday. I actually have the schedule here in case.
Tell us the schedule, because there are people watching. I do know who Rich is, by the way.
Playing on December 3rd.
December 3rd at the Chocolate Cafe in downtown St. Joe.
Yeah.
Right?
Very cool venue. Love it.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
My brother Nino and I used to hang out there a lot.
Really?
They had a fireplace there, so we used to like to hang out by the fireplace and drink hot chocolate.
Was it over by the bear?
No, it was on the other wall out by the other door.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
And then that other person took it over and they took out
Ah, that's not good.
No, I know who Rich is. And I have to take me out of this mode so I can get into that. So you're playing there Saturday, and then when again? Do you guys are you the house band? Yeah, at the Box. Yep. I remember you mixed me at the Box Factory.
The Box. Then we're playing Chocolate Cafe the 9th and 10th, and the 16th and 23rd. So
Wow.
we are booked.
That's great. Congratulations.
And next year we're going to play a bunch of double headers, half of which are going to be at the Whitcomb.
Fun.
We did a pro bono gig at the Whitcomb a couple months ago and just loved it. So yeah, we're, do the Whitcomb and then schlep our gear a couple blocks.
Yeah, block and a half away and then go over there.
Yeah.
Do you play, what kind of songs do you play?
Oh, We have a very wide variety. We're looking at Rolling Stones, Grateful Dead, Marshall Tucker, Neil Young. So that kind of genre. We hope that it's very listenable. We obviously can't get a whole lot of volume with the three of us. I mean, I guess we could, but we're pretty much a natural group, And we do, in our repertoire, we have a number of originals. Our guitarist, like I said, Larry Zink, brilliant songwriter.
Great songwriter. Yeah, he really is.
Yeah. So the rehearsals are very interesting because, from time to time, he'll pull out a new original. And it's like Fred Neyer is like opening new Christmas presents. Like, oh, this is great. Wait till you hear this one,
How fun. And you do the graphics.
Yeah, kind of by default because we didn't have anybody else to do it. And I enjoy doing it. And we kind of have different responsibilities in the group. I mean, other than musically, Larry's the guy that can meet people. I can't meet people. I'm too shy. I'm like the world's worst salesman. Oh, you don't
I
want to
get
hire our group, do you? Okay, go by,
it. Or you're the one that go, yeah, I met this really nice guy and he ended up being the janitor.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I know my guitar player, Rolf, is like that. I go, who is that guy you were talking to? Oh, he was really nice. And then he had to go and clean the bathroom. And I'm like, well, that's cool that you were nice to him for an hour and a half, but we need to get gigs. Yeah. I get it.
So Larry does the gig getting and contacting the public. And I do all the behind the scenes work. I do the graphics, and I hope you enjoyed today's little sketch.
I did. Thank you very much. Here's yet another round of applause for you. Thank you.
So I do the graphics, and I was in the middle of my career, I was a computer scientist, a nerd, a geek, okay? And so I do all the technical stuff, the web development, and that kind of thing.
So are you sandrabbits.com?
Sandrabbitsband.com. Sandrabbitsband.com.
And you have t-shirts?
We don't. I have business cards, and I have, wait a minute. This is a very unprofessional thing to do. Oh man, can't find them. So
what's on your shirt that you have on now? That's a cool shirt.
Oh yeah, this is sort of my brand.
Joke.
I've had this brand for a couple of years before the Sand Rabbits, actually. Yeah, and Joking Drums is sort of an obvious thing. It's a amalgam of my first and last names,
Sure.
So it comes off as Joking. And
so
I've done a bunch of, I got a website, joking.drums, joking.com, and I've done some videos for the entity called Drum Talk TV. And so, this is all part of the brand.
that's how you are connected to Jeremy, the drummer that I am in with Jenna and the Charmers.
Yes, exactly.
It's on Drum TV.
Drum Talk TV, yeah.
Drum Talk, what is it? Drum
Talk TV.
Drum Talk TV.
Yeah.
And is that kind of got big during the pandemic? Everybody started this.
Oh yeah.
Jeremy was on it a lot, and he would come on my show. He's like, "Oh yeah, I just did this Drum Talk TV thing."
Yeah, I did one interview, and I've done probably about 30 plus videos. And so I'm like a teacher at heart. I do instructional videos and then send them off to Drum Talk TV and see how they fly.
A lot of drummers watch the show. And a lot of drummers have been guests on the show. Let me think. Jeremy Steinkohler, Bill Winokur,
Drummer, by the way, killer drummer, Jeremy.
Jeremy, awesome.
Oh,
Mike Clark of the Headhunters, Mike Clark.
oh,
Janelle Burdell, she lives in Pittsburgh. Who am I missing, you guys? I know there are other drummers that have been on the show, so they should be here now. Do you have your drums set up there, or is it set up not near the Christmas tree?
oh, it's. I have many many drum sets. Nothing within playable range.
Okay. And you grew up in St. Joe.
What's that?
You grew up in St. Joe.
Yes, born and raised in St. Joe. When I was 29, I left St. Joe and went to San Francisco Bay Area. So I was a Silicon Valley guy up until about 8 or 9 years ago when I retired and came back here.
Where did you live in the city?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, can you do something with me really quick? There are 11 people watching. We need to dance. And John, 11. And John, right now. Exactly. Okay. So where in this, did you ever live in the East Bay, or were you mostly San Francisco based?
Well, I lived actually in South Bay. I lived in San Jose area. Specifically, I don't know if you know where Saratoga, California is.
I've performed in Saratoga,
Oh, at the Villa Montalvo.
Montalvo. Hmm.
Oh, nice venue. Yeah. So,
I opened for Al Jarreau there. He wrote on my friend's breast.
oh my God.
I opened for a couple other people, but yeah, that was one particular evening. Mhm.
I've seen some very cool performers there.
Great
It's
place.
a very cool venue.
Okay, so you lived in Saratoga.
Yeah, lived in Saratoga, and I worked everywhere. So as a computer scientist, I worked at Apple. I worked at Adobe for 15 years. That's kind of where I picked up my Photoshop skills,
Sure. Because you worked at Adobe.
Yeah. And
Really cool, man.
and I made video games for a while. And I played around with some inventions and stuff like that. And it was a good
I
career.
have a feeling you're being a little bit modest right now, but okay. You played around with some inventions out in Silicon Valley during the dot-com.
So, yeah, I had a good time. I had a great
Cool.
time. And it's funny, when I retired, people told me, it's like, oh, you don't know what you're going to do with yourself. You'll be so lost. You'll want to come back to work. That lasted maybe 5 or 10 seconds. Nope, I'm happy now. Yeah.
Have you seen the new Apple building?
Oh yeah, the spaceship. It's an old, yeah.
Big.
Haven't been in it, but
I have not been in it either, but I've been around it, and it's wow.
mind-blowing architecture.
Yeah.
Sections of glass that are one piece of glass and vastly large. Yeah.
And they have all these fruit trees. It's totally sustainable, and it's solar, and it's this. Google it if you guys want to look on YouTube. There's a lot of different videos, but I think one of the first ones, it's about 8 minutes long, and it gives you a tour of the whole place.
Oh,
pretty neat.
very cool.
Yeah.
So when did you first go to San Francisco?
First to visit. Well, did you know my brother Nino?
Did not know other than the name.
Okay. Nino was a musician from Benton Harbor, St. Joe area. He moved out to the Bay Area in the 80s, actually like late 70s, early 80s, and he lived in Tahoe, and then he lived in Oakland, Alameda.
Oh yeah.
And then sister moved out, and then my sister Lisa, and then my brother Mitch. And I went out for the weekend and I stayed
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Beautiful.
in 1986.
Yeah, I was there in 79, and it was also the worst winter in St. Joe in history. And
Oh, right. In 79. Sure. We didn't go to school for like
oh
3 months.
yeah,
You know,
I
do we
said
have school this week? Nope. No school this week. Yeah. Big 15-foot high.
yes,
Yeah. I couldn't handle it. I didn't want to be like people are like, why did you move? I'm like, because it wasn't like it is now.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's like I had to get out. I didn't even wait to spring. I was like, I'm out of here, And things
And
just fell into place and worked out very nicely. Yeah.
that's cool. And you moved to the Bay Area immediately
Yes.
from that spring and or that winter and out.
And all I knew was I need to go to Silicon Valley. I don't know anything beyond that. Didn't have an apartment, didn't have a job. And within a week, I had both, and life is good.
Very cool. And now do you live in town?
I live in St. Joe. Yeah. South St. Joe area.
Very cool. And you guys do you rehearse once a week? Do you just play now?
Um, Religiously. And we consider our Tuesday rehearsal as sort of sacred reserve time, you know. Um, Obviously, you can't make it, you can't make it, but we've discovered that just weekly rehearsal over the period of a year and a half, 2 years, it just works wonders. And we all enjoy it, so we just keep doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love being in a band. I miss the Charmers at this point. We always seem to plan a gig and the rehearsal always ends up being the day after something significant happens in this country.
Yeah.
So we all cling together on those days.
Yeah.
And then the last 3 years we've done maybe 4 gigs.
Oh,
But yeah.
yeah.
So we're due. We'll do something this winter probably
Sure.
in out in the Bay Area. But I'd love to sing with you guys sometime. I'm always singing when you guys are out there. I'm singing to this one.
Hey,
I love
I'm hearing that. I'm hearing it. Like when you came to the chocolate cafe, it's like, oh, wow, there's some very cool harmonies going on.
Yeah, you guys all sound great. But it's
Yeah,
this Saturday. You start early, 6 to 8.
6 to 8. Yeah. And I don't really sing. I wish I haven't, I wish I could sing, but I don't sing. So
You play your body. You're a musician. We're all doing it together. I'm thinking, are you busy on, hey April, are you busy on Thursday the 15th
Thursday, 15th. Let me
for
look.
11:11? I'm trying to create a Koronaroki, you guys, because a couple other people have asked if we were going to do a Koronaroki. What is Koronaroki, you ask? It's a musical party. I have different musicians from all over the country and parts of the world come on and perform a song.
Excellent. And so you juggle all the windows?
Well, when I first started, see what you don't know, John, the way I started the show originally was you would be in my hand like this, and I would reflect it onto my iPad.
Oh my gosh.
And then when this hand would start to fall asleep, I would put it in this hand. And
Oh
then
my,
after a while, I would rest it on a candle holder. But there were times where I would have like Delilah in Mexico. I'd go, okay, Delilah, and I would take a microphone and hold it here so that people could hear her.
oh
And
my,
then somebody else was playing from New York City, and I had my oh, hold on, here comes John. We're gonna put him on the iPad now, and he'd be right here. Then finally, when Dave said, Jenna, you have to go to Zoom, I go, I don't want to go to Zoom. I'm not a technological person.
yeah, yeah,
I like chop wood, carry water kind of person.
yeah.
But since then, we've done these Koronaroki shows, and they're just every one of them is just absolutely so much fun. And I'd love for the Sand Rapids
Yeah.
some night whenever you want to do an 11/11, but a Thursday night Corona Roki, and I think we're going to do it December 15th, and I'm just putting it out there now to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Put me down for that. We'll be there.
Okay. Okay.
Tell
Cool.
Fred that
Cool, cool,
he's going
cool.
to be there too.
So what did you have for lunch today?
Oh my gosh. For lunch, I had tuna casserole.
Really?
Yeah, it was very good.
Is there a particular like did you make it?
Oh no, no,
Okay, so you're not a cook.
I'm not much of a cook. I can make eggs and what else? Cereal, I think. That's it. Yeah.
He can make cereal. So what does she put in the tuna casserole that makes it really special?
Well, I like really spicy food, and it tends to be, an issue when it comes to like, if somebody's like a cook of a fine steak, you don't want to put ketchup all over it. And so
Some people might.
I tend to like really spicy food, and she was nice enough to make a corner of the casserole very spicy with habanero cheese and stuff like that. So yummy.
That was your corner.
Yeah, that was my corner.
Rich says you can boil water.
Absolutely. Like a champ. Yeah.
Do you boil it with the lid on or off?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Because you don't have to boil water for your cereal unless you're making oatmeal, I guess.
Put a wooden spoon across the top of the pot, and it won't foam over onto the thing, onto the coils. Yeah. That's all I know.
Thank you. All right. Well, so you're definitely coming back on the 15th, but
Yes.
consider yourself invited on the show whenever you'd like, and let me know when you'd like that to happen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It was really fun. And next Wednesday night, are you familiar with the movie Almost Famous?
Yes, I believe so.
Do you
Oh,
remember that?
Rolling Stone?
Right.
Yeah.
And do you remember in the movie, he calls on the phone, he calls the editor Ben Fong Torres?
Yes.
And it's Ben Fong Torres.
Yeah.
Ben Fong Torres is going to be my guest next Wednesday night.
Oh, way cool. Way cool.
So I'm bragging about that now because we committed to it today. Oh, check it out. We get to dance again. You ready?
Uh-oh.
And John are joking. Jenna, 11, who you gonna call right now? Go Patty, go Patty. Patty's dancing. So I would encourage, what's that?
See, I suspect that Patty's a regular.
Patty is a regular. And you know what they did too? On my Facebook, and I'm curious about all you out there, did they change the little icons for the like and the love and the heart and the crying and the wow? Because mine are these funky looking little people now, and I don't even know who they are. I don't recognize them.
Wow.
But that's what the meta like. So all of you that are watching the show right now, hit the like, hit the love, hit the care, hit the laugh, hit the wow, don't cry. Oh, don't cry unless you want to. And share the show.
Absolutely.
Share the show.
Couple times I've tuned in and I was a little late and didn't know whether you were live or not. And so I'm commenting to historical archive.
I go back and watch them, but that's the other thing. That's people say to me, they'll say, "Hey, I watched your show yesterday," and I go, "You watched the show?" They said, "Yeah, I watch it." Like Pat Moriarty, who's a cartoonist who lives out on the West Coast, watches it while he's doing the dishes.
Oh, very cool. Very
So
cool.
people, they catch it when they catch it. Ronald J. Robb is watching.
Ooh. Is Fred
Ronald,
watching?
I know. Fred, are you still here? Maybe. I'm hoping that Fred would like to be a guest sometime too.
Oh, he
And
absolutely,
Rich, anybody that's watching the show right now, please consider being a guest. And
yeah,
yeah, come on, let's have a party.
exactly. Fred and Larry are the nicest guys.
Well, I'll see you guys on Saturday night.
Okay, will do.
Saturday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Fred's still here. He said, yep, Fred's still here.
Yep.
6 to 8, Chocolate Cafe, downtown St. Joseph. And Friday night, they're doing the Light Up the Bluff and
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff's happening.
They've done the ice sculpture, but they're doing something else. They're
They
always,
do that in February.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they do the ice sculpture, and I'm usually gone, girl.
Yep. Yeah. You,
When I see those signs for ice sculpture, it just I can't do it. And Philip Ives is watching. Rock and Rob, Rock and Ron, Rob,
huh.
Rock and Ron, Rob, Rock and Rob, Rob. Come be a guest sometime on the show.
I got to say that I believe one time you brought up different discussion topics, one of which is famous people you know or you've met.
Sunday nights. That's Sunday nights.
Sunday night. Okay. I'll tune in.
Sunday night story time. Brush with fame.
I brush with fame. I got a lot of those. And,
Come on.
yeah. So that'll be fun. Now I to that one.
You're officially an 11-11er. Next time I see you, I'll bring you a magnet.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to say that I was initially attracted to all the kitschy stuff you have in the background. I love that. Love it.
Fun.
Yep.
Pretty groovy.
Okay.
I don't really cook much in my kitchen. I make mostly raw stuff, so it leaves me a lot of space to
Oh,
put stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I have more kitsch around here. I need to. I've been in the kitchen for a while. I need to move to the other room. Probably in the next couple weeks, I might move.
Oh, so you move all the technical stuff, all the equipment, rewire, and scary stuff.
I just so you know that I don't know that stuff. That's kind of why it stays right here because it's a lot easier.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank your wife for making such a beautiful Christmas tree.
okay, will do. And
All right.
next time, I will
Next
talk to
time.
you later.
Love hard, everybody.
Keep hopping.
Real hard. Saturday night, Sand Rapids, Chocolate Cafe, St. Joseph, Michigan. Jon Kinsting, aka Jokin', Jokin', Jokin'. Real hard.